Welcome to another edition of Darwin and Dale's Kitchen. Now, for this edition, we're going to make a nice and tasty, extremely tasty Filipino finger food dish called lumpia. Now, if you go on the internet or wherever, you're going to find like a million, gazillion recipes for lumpia. A very tasty Filipino dish, like I said. And in this case, the main ingredient actually is meat. In this case, we went to Kroger and we got this at the meat section, which is like a blend of beef and pork, about two pounds worth. And you see it right here. You know, 80% lean, 20% fat. Look at the fat content because that's what you want for your lumpia, and it's pretty good. Now, these are the other ingredients we're going to use. Plus, on the veggie side, we're going to mince everything because that's how you make lumpia. Come on, I'll show you what you got. Now, in this case, like I said, when you go on the internet, you're going to see a whole lot of ways to make it, a whole lot of vegetables. This is how we like it in our house. We're going to use some mushrooms, red onion, about 4 medium-sized carrots, about 3 large stalks of celery, green onions. We're going to add some white vinegar. You can use soy sauce, teriyaki sauce. We like to make ours a little bit vinegary. And then we have some sweet peppers and garlic and green onions and an egg. We mix in. It helps with the process. And of course, black pepper, a tablespoon of black pepper, and a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. We sort of like Americanize it. And what we do is we're going to put everything in this mixing bowl that's behind my wife. And once we mix everything nice and nice with our hand, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight, so that way you get a nice full taste in the morning when we actually cook it. Now, once we're done like cook it, we're also going to add some stir fry and rice, you know, with some little bit of shrimp and all that. That's going to go with our meal because really, lumpia is what you serve as an hors d'oeuvre, or you add it as part of your meal. So in this case, tomorrow when we eat, it's going to be stir fry with shrimp and rice and of course lumpia. So we'll be back in a few minutes while I go ahead and chop this up, mince it, and then I'm going to go ahead and mix it up in the bowl. And that's basically going to be it for today because it's going to go in the refrigerator overnight. So I'll be right back. See you soon. And we're going to chop up the green onions.
And mince it?
Yep, and mince it. Now that's your favorite part, honey, because I know you love the mince.
I just like to say mince.
Mince?
Mince.
She does. Okay, honey, that's good. Because I'm going to chop up the veggies, put it in the main mixing bowl, then she's going to mince it and put it back in here. Then I'm going to get more veggies, chop them up, and Adele's going to mince them. Because she loves to mince. So this is the first part of mincing. We got the onion, green onion, and we're going to put it in a smaller mixing bowl.
Missed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Very colorful.
Indeed. And this will look all mixed up for the lumpia later.
Very spicy too.
Indeed. This will be nice. Once it all mixed in and all that. Putting the mushrooms in there.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. And the minced onion, mushrooms, that is.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yep. Mix this up nice and good. Oui, Mama Cherie. Alright, now we're going to add some more veggies in there. Alright. Now we'll just add that to the pile. To the mince, that is. Now. Oui. Alright, that's nice and minced. Then we'll add more mince. And now my sous chef, Adele, is doing the red onion. She's going to chop that up and put it in the food processor. And then she'll do a carrot. Say hi to the audience, Adele.
Hello.
There she is. My sous chef. Plus, she's the director, producer, main videographer, and best friend in the whole world.
Yeah.
Right, honey?
That's right. Got her layers off.
Yep.
And her layers are better.
Yes, they are. Much better.
Yeah, it's making my eyes water too.
It does, man. Guess something you gotta take a break from the onions.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you what, they definitely clear our sinuses out. But basically, Adele, we just basically add the green onions, which is very, very good. And Filipinos just love green onions, man. And then we add one red onion. Now, a lot of Filipinos will prefer a yellow onion. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever your tastes are. We like red onions. So it's green onions and red onions for Adele and me. And we have William Henry here, who is the other assistant sous chef.
That's right.
And that's William Henry. Right, William Henry? Alright, we'll put it in there. Now we're going to add the egg, which is that simple. Then we're going to add the meat, and I'm going to mix it all up. Egg, added the meat. Now we add the black pepper and the red pepper. And see, I've taken off my rings, which the only time I really take them off is when I'm mixing. Which I'm sure most of you guys out there who cook will understand. Alright, so here's the fun part. Now we mix. And really, this is the best way to mix, is with your hands. Now, some Filipinos will not add an egg. I add an egg. It helps tomorrow when I start making the lumpia. So like I said, when you go on the internet, YouTube, whatever, and you see other Filipinos or mestizos, mestizas, those are Filipinos who mix blood, like I am, they will show different ways of how to make their lumpia. This is how I make mine. And I don't know, Adele has never had a complaint. Let me eat it. But this is the best way to mix it. And like I said, this will go into the refrigerator overnight, where it'll basically marinate. Okay, honey, now go ahead and get the Filipino vinegar. Now this is the Filipino style vinegar we like. As you see it, add about 3, maybe 4 tablespoons, something like that. And that's all you gotta add, because remember, we like ours Central Luzon style, or you can add soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, or no sauce. That is up to you, but we like that vinegary taste along with sweet pepper taste. Or you can also add no peppers. Or you can add really, really hot peppers. Again, it is up to you. You can add whatever veggies in here, but most Filipinos, remember, the base is normally going to be your green onions and carrots. After that, you can add whatever veggies you want to right behind that. Alright? But remember, the base veggies you're going to add in there will be carrots and green onions, or if you don't like green onions, a yellow onion or a red onion. Okay, we like to add also a red onion along with our green onions. But just mix it up nice and well. Now I've seen other Filipinos, they'll add cauliflower, watercress, cucumbers, whatever turns their palate on. We add about 6 to 8 large mushrooms to ours, because mushrooms are healthy. They provide a lot of vitamin D. And we just happen to love mushrooms. I added sweet peppers, because we like a peppery taste too. And some people add, like say, jalapeno, super hot Fresno peppers. Again, whatever turns your palate on if you like it. And like I said, we got about 2 pounds of a pork and beef mixture, which is really, really nice. Some people will go all beef. Some will go all chicken. Just make sure it's ground. And some will go all vegetarian. Again, the choice is up to you. Just whatever you do, make sure you mix it up. Like the way I'm doing it. Some will add an egg, 2 eggs, and some will add no eggs. I just add 1 egg. Again, because this will help hold everything together when you add it to the wrappers tomorrow. Now, I'll show you the wrappers that I will be using tomorrow. You keep them frozen. I will take them out a little bit before I start making it. And then, you know, you can use the full wrapper. I will cut the wrappers diagonally. So that way I can make a whole bunch of lumpia. Because usually when you make lumpia, the way I make them small, very thin. And so you make a lot of them. So that way, you know, once you get done, you'll cook some and you'll freeze some. And the ones you freeze, you can keep for a long time to eat later. Which we will, and some you can give away to friends. Alright? So once we do the video and you see how we cook it, then the ones you give away to friends, they'll know how to cook them. because you can deep fry them, or you just use a frying pan if you want to save on oil. Because these are like really easy to cook. They're really easy to make, really easy to cook. As you can see, they're just really messy to make. But I guarantee, man, I'll guarantee they're damn delicious. And then naturally you can use a chili sauce. A lot of Filipinos will use chili sauce. My wife loves chili sauce. On these, I prefer Filipino banana ketchup. Why? Because the Filipino banana ketchup, they range from spicy and hot to really, really hot. Ooh, I like it. Because I like spicy hot. So medium hot to spicy hot, that's what Filipino ketchup is. Banana ketchup. You know, I like occasionally the wimpy, really wimpy chili sauce, sweet chili sauce that my wife likes. I'll use it every now and then, but I love Filipino banana ketchup because it's nice and spicy and hot. It's really good, I guarantee. Okay, this is fun right here too when you mix this up with your hands. Sort of like adult Play-Doh. But yeah, once you do this, the minimum you should leave it in the refrigerator for is 30 minutes to an hour. The best thing to do is leave it overnight, because that's when you make it. It just tastes really, really good. I guarantee. Oh, I guarantee. And then, like I say, add whatever spices you want to it. I add black pepper and red cayenne pepper, so I Americanized it a little bit with red cayenne pepper. But add whatever spices. You know, a lot of Filipinos will add salt. They like our salty. You know, I try to stay away from salt because of my heart condition. Yeah. So, basically, I already mixed it. So I'm going to add some saran wrap, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator and let it set overnight. Then tomorrow, we will cook. And then with our meal tomorrow with the lumpia, we're gonna make stir fry. Stir fry with shrimp, and Adele makes really good rice with veggies, so we're gonna do that. And well, we're gonna eat. So it's gonna be nice. So this is it right here. I already mixed it, and then I'm gonna wash my hands, and then put saran wrap, and then we're gonna let it set overnight. And it is going to be good. Alright, talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow. Now, welcome to Darwin and Dell's Kitchen again. Phase 2 of making lumpia. Now, this is lumpia wrappers. Okay? They come in a circle or they come in a square. Now, what I'm going to do is that this is like 50. And we're going to turn this to 100 by cutting them in half. Now these are the circle ones. They come in square. The square ones are a little bit easier to work with. However, the only thing they had here in the store were the circle ones. Alright, but doesn't matter. I'm still going to show you how to make lumpia. And with 50, we're going to make 100 pieces of lumpia by cutting this in half. And showing you how it's done. Now, lumpia is very time intensive to really make. Alright, because we got a big bowl of mixture, which is meat, the veggies, and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you how to make the first 3 to 4 lumpia, and then we're going to turn it off, because I'm going to be spending like at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours making lumpia. But I'm going to show you how to make the first 3 or 4. And then after that, we're going to put everything here in a couple small containers and freeze them overnight. Yeah. Except for the ones we're going to eat today. Yay! And then what I'm going to make, we're going to put in bags and just freeze them. And some we're going to eat later, like sometime during the year. And others we're going to give away to friends. Since Adele and I are not going to eat all of them. Then again, we might. But I just want to show you, you can get this in any Asian food store, Filipino stores, and we got this in our international market. But they didn't have the square ones, they had the round ones. But if you can find the square ones, get them. And these right here were like individually wrapped. They got wax papers. And I just want to show you, because we don't have a large freezer. And we don't want these to stick when we put them up for storage to freeze overnight. Save these. Because, like I said, here's a small container. We got another small container we're going to put in the freezer. And you don't want your individual lumpia to stick to each other when you freeze them. So we're going to wrap them up in these. So save these. So if you can, try to get the square ones. But, you know, we can work with the round ones too. So, see you in a little bit. And remember, these are wafer thin. They're thinner than spring rolls.
Yeah.
So, talk to you later. Yes. And just be gentle. You don't have to be too gentle. But, you know, gentle enough because you don't want to rip this in half. And like I said, this that's all you really have to do. Because these are wafer thin. Thinner than spring rolls. But, you know, once you put them out of the freezer, give them a chance to thaw. But you don't have to be that gentle. Just make sure they are defrosted enough that you don't have to worry about ripping them apart while you're peeling them. Alright, I've rolled a few already because it's been a while since I've done this. Truly, a while. So anyway, let me show you, there's a couple ways to do it. If you have a pipette that you can buy in the store, and the store was out of them, which makes it a little bit easier. You basically, you know, you put it in there, you put the meat in there, and then you just squeeze it. The store was out. This is the way my Lola did it. She showed me how to do this, and this is really quite fun actually, because you can actually make it thick or make it skinny. Now, in the Philippines, some Filipinos will make it like super skinny. I make mine just a little bit thick. Alright? All because it smells so good. So anyway, do it like this. Alright, form it. And then what you want to do is like roll it like a cigar. Some of you guys of a different sort of era will know what I mean by rolling it. And what you want to do is you form it and get rid of air pockets. Try to get rid of as much of the air pockets as possible. You take these ends and then you put it in there like this, like so. Alright? Now remember, just do it like this and try to get rid of as much of the air as possible. You want to try to get as much air pockets. Now, if you see a little hole like this or a small tear, egg wash. Just be a little bit egg, and egg is your glue. Matter of fact, egg is the glue you want to close this. Egg will take care of a lot of problems. And remember, just these ends right here. Just want to close it up and use egg to seal it. Okay. And just seal the ends with egg. And just fold it up. And this is what Adele and I are going to be eating. As you can see, I've already made a plate. We're going to make like 20 of these for Adele and me to eat. Once we get about 20 of these, then I'm going to make the rest. And since we have a small freezer, we're going to put all these here. And then we got a lot of these that the lumpia came in. And I'm going to wrap each individual one I make, because we don't want the lumpia sticking to each other once you put it in the freezer. And put it in this small container and freeze them. Then take them out tomorrow and then put them in baggies, put a date on them. And a lot of them we're going to put back in the freezer to eat later. And the rest we're probably going to just give them away to our friends. And well, our friends are going to do bon appetit. So I'm going to make a couple more of these so you guys can see how we do it. And then, like I said, then the next time you'll see us is when I'm cooking these. And then we're going to make some stir fry, some rice. And then we are going to feast. And as you can see, when you go to the market, and Asian market, international market, or someplace where they sell lumpia wrappers, You can get the square ones, a little bit easier to work with, but the round ones you can make. And like I said, when you see like holes like this, tears, egg will be your glue. But again, if you can find pipettes, they're really easy to work with, and you'll just put these in your meat in a pipette, your mixture in a pipette, and you can squeeze it out into, like, say, a more easy to work with. But if not, you can use a spoon, because remember, my Lola used a spoon, and you just form it. And like I said, some Filipinos will make it super skinny. Adele and I like ours a little bit more robust. And again, remember, you want to roll it like so. Try to get rid of air pockets. It's something my Lola always told me. She says, try to get rid of as much of the air pockets you can, and then close the sides up. Okay, and remember, you may have a little rip like here, but you're gonna have plenty of lumpia wrapper to close it up. And remember, egg is a sealant when you cook it, so be generous with your egg, because it acts as a glue and a sealant, a very tasty sealant too. And some Filipinos will just use water as a sealant. I prefer egg because it's mighty tasty, and I like taste. And there you have it, a lumpia rolled. I'll probably do another one so you can see how the process is. And you see, we put it here because we're going to make about 20. Adele's counting them. And that's what we're going to cook for us today. So we'll have that and leftovers for this evening. When we watch a show on television, you know, something like Netflix or something like that. And then have these for snacks, because really in the Philippines this is finger food, because when somebody comes visit your house, like a fellow Filipino, or you know, your American friends who love Filipino food and will find any excuse to come visit because, you know, they love lumpia, they like your lechon with the crispy pork skin, you know, and they know that you're going to serve that. And like I said, you know, you can serve this. Adele likes the chili sauce. I prefer Filipino spicy banana ketchup. Spicier the better. I like that. And again, like I said, you wrap it like so. Try to get rid of air pockets. So wrap it firmly. Take these right here and wrap it up. Try to wrap it as tight as you can get it. Alright, then wrap it up again. Again, try to get rid of the air pockets. You have some, but try to get rid of the majority. Again, egg is a sealant, and a very tasty sealant it is. And wrap it up. Again, try to do your best to get rid of air pockets. Like my Lola says, try to get rid of the air pockets. And try to roll it up as tight as you can. And voila. Alright, and I'll do one more so you guys can see the process again of making lumpia. And again, and I will make, like I say, pretty much 100 of these. And this is what 2 pounds of meat will make, plus all your other ingredients, and you can make well over 100 lumpia. And like I said, this is like an hors d'oeuvre. This is what you serve your guests while they're either they come visit for a small chat, you know, a little get together, or while they're waiting for the main meal of lechon, you know, crispy pata lechon, which is like, you know, pork with the crispy skin, rice, chicken adobo, pancit. You know, you become the talk of the town. So we'll make this last one, and then the next time you'll see us is when we are cooking this. And there's a couple ways to cook it. You can do it like deep fry in a, you know, deep fry a pot Adele and I, we just cook it in a frying pan. It's real easy. It's really super easy to cook it. Alright? So we're going to do ours in a frying pan. That way we don't waste a lot of oil. In the Philippines, deep fried fryer, man. Yeah, and when my Lola cooked it back in the day, she cooked it in either peanut oil or lard. Which, a little bit healthier nowadays. Alright, now I also want to show you another style of rolling. I call this the burrito style of rolling, which is the Filipino style is a little more extensive, but you make it longer, it's prettier. This right here, I use this when, number one, I just want to get a lot of stuff over with, because you're going to end up rolling like over 100, alright? That's how when you get the lumpia wrappers, you cut them in half, because you're going to get 50 in a package. Cut in half and you're going to do like 100, and that's what will take care of it. But here, when you do the burrito style, you add a bit more meat, because you're going to do slowly, a little bit more. And this is your burrito style of wrapping. I just want to show you guys this little technique. Do it like this, you'll make a smaller lumpia, but a little bit thicker, which means you have to cook it a little bit more. And again, roll thick, get rid of the air pockets. But you see how it's a little bit smaller. And then you just little tears here. Lumpia wrappers are going to have a little bit tears, a little bit holes, because like I said, they are thinner than spring rolls. Matter of fact, if you can't find lumpia wrappers, go ahead and use spring rolls, and you're going to find them have less holes, less tears, and you're probably going to use less egg wash on them. But I just want to show you the burrito roll type, okay? Because they really look like a burrito. Smaller, a little bit thicker, and less intensive than a Filipino style. Alright, just want to show you guys that little technique there. So I just want to show you guys that little technique. If number one, you just don't want to go through the process of doing Filipino style, which means that you got a little bit thinner lumpia, and it's what Filipinos do to impress their guests. Me, impressing is fine. I just like to eat. Get to the eating part real quick. Most Filipinos like to get to the eating part real quick. They just won't tell you that. They like to say, ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, they really like to get to the eating part though. They just won't tell you that. Okay, this is the burrito style. Just want to show you this again. And now you'll see why it's the burrito style. A bit smaller, but just as effective, and it still goes down the right way, and it's much faster. Less labor intensive, I think. But it's not as traditional, but I think it's much more effective and faster. Definitely faster. Definitely faster. Alright, talk to you guys later. Welcome back to Darwin and Dell's Kitchen. Now, at the first part, we basically made the lumpia, where we grinded the meat, we mixed the meat and grinded the veggies and all that, and left it overnight. The second part, we made the lumpia rolls, made over 100 of them. Alright, and then basically I got tired, so we put it back. We put a bunch of them in the freezer to freeze overnight, and just left in the freezer, and we'll bag them later. And then we made about 20 of these and left in the refrigerator to cook. Now, we're going to cook them at about 375 degrees. And I want to show you guys a trick. If you don't have a temperature gauge on your stove that says 375 degrees, you basically put it on number 6 on your stove. That's where we have number 6. And then, as you can see right there, and then you take a pair of wooden chopsticks. Alright, you can get wooden chopsticks at a restaurant, Kroger, wherever, a place where they serve sushi you can buy, and you get a pair of wooden chopsticks. Any wooden chopsticks will do. And then you put it in your hot oil. Now, once it starts bubbling, it is exactly 375 degrees. As you can see where it's bubbling right now. That means your oil is at exactly the right temperature to cook lumpia. Now we're going to put some lumpia in there. Now the secret to cooking lumpia is you cook it until it is golden brown. Once it is golden brown, it is cooked. And it doesn't take that long. Remember, it's got to be golden brown on both sides. Which is how you want it. Now, as you can see here, what you want to do is make sure it has golden brown on both sides. When it's golden brown all over the lumpia, that means it is ready because you got pork inside. Now I believe, just off the top of my head, if you want to use a temperature gauge, I think pork is ready about 140, 145 degrees. However, just to let you know, when it's golden brown on both sides, all around, it's done. But a little trick I like to use all the time is once I get a big plate of lumpia ready, is I stick it in the microwave oven for 4 minutes. Then you know the inside is done. That's a little trick I use. Just like chopsticks. Now my Lola let me use chopsticks. She showed me the trick with chopsticks. Got a little thing I want to tell you, about the Philippines. The Philippines, like I said, has been colonized by China, a whole lot of countries. Spain, the U.S. And further south, it was the Arabs. So we have a lot of different foods. But what's interesting is that the Filipinos, overall, they don't use chopsticks now. Because, the last people to colonize us were the Americans. Prior to that, the Spaniards. We do have Japanese colonies. We have Chinese colonies. So there you'll see chopsticks. But a lot of times, even in those colonies, man, they are Americanized. Because like I said, the Americans were the last occupiers. They were colonials. American colonials. So even the Chinese colonies and the Japanese colonies there, they eat with knives, forks, with their hands. A lot of Filipinos eat with their hands. Rice balls and stuff like that. So you see a lot of that. But normally when you see a Filipino using chopsticks, is to check the oil. What's funny. And that's what my Lola used to do. She used to have a pair of chopsticks. Just to make sure it starts, when it starts bubbling, the oil's ready. So that's just a little trick that Filipinos use. And also, if when you have guests around and you have a friend like me or some Filipino that you're friends with, and they give you, like, say, a baggie full of frozen lumpia, you can cook frozen lumpia. All right, just make sure your oil is at 375 degrees. Just plop the frozen lumpia in there, man. And when it's golden brown, like these are, almost golden brown all around, just plop them in there. Just make sure your hot oil is at 375 degrees. And once they're golden brown all around, man, put it on a plate, paper towels, and put the next batch in there. Oh yeah, today's cooking aid is Sweetwater Extra Pale Ale. Like I said, nobody sponsors me at all. No one at all. But this helps out in the cooking process because, like I said, we like to cook. And after we get done cooking all this lumpia right here, then Adele and I, we're going to make stir-frying rice. It'll be shrimp stir-fry rice, and then we're going to probably going to watch Netflix or watch something to go with our lumpia. We'll be right back.
Yay.
All right, I'm just making some quick stir fry for my wife and I. But the reason why I want to talk about it is that we use canola oil for the cooking of the lumpia. And in the Philippines, they use a lot of peanut oil. And my Lola used peanut oil a lot. And sometimes she used lard for lumpia cooking. And the reason I want to talk to you guys is the fact that a lot of people have allergies to peanut oil. And basically speaking, we use canola oil. But you can use whatever oil you want. But like I said, just be aware that whoever you invite over as guests might have allergies to peanut oil. And that's all. Thank you. We are done. Now this is my wife Adele. And she's got her chili sauce, which is, how is it, honey? You like it?
It's really good.
Because see, that is her Adelaide's seal of approval.
Yeah.
She loves it. So, bon appetit, my love. Bon appetit. She loves it. Her Adelaide seal of approval. And this is what she's using. Her chili sauce.
Yeah.
Sweet chili sauce. And naturally, I prefer my Filipino banana ketchup. So,
It's crispy on the outside.
yep. And nice and tasty on the inside. Say goodbye to the audience, honey.
Goodbye.
Till later. Bye.
Bye.